Hey everybody, Valhalla is right around the corner, and I'm here to give you a quick walkthrough of the 4-star heroes that I expect to be available during this event. Please remember that all heroes are currently in beta and subject to change. First we have Fura, or is it Furia? We'll go with Fura since it sounds like Fury. She's a dark hero from the Svartalheim realm, sorry if I butchered that. Of course, as I'm sure you're all aware, when a hero from the Svartalheim realm has low health, all enemies receive 22, 37, or 64 poison damage, depending on the number of Svartalheim heroes in your party. This effect cannot be dispelled. I immediately bump on the fact that Fura is at average mana speed, but her wizard class does add to her intrigue. Her attack stat is 703, defense is 624, and her hit points are 1075. I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure what the current meta is on 4-star heroes, but this attack seems excellent, while the defense is a bit on the low side. Her special skill is called Nightglade Pollen, and it deals 150% damage to all enemies, keeping up the trend of dealing a wide swath of pain. Similar to Alfreak, who is from the same realm, Fura reduces the max health of all enemies by 100. Max health can't get lower than 30% of the original health though. All enemies also get a negative 50% decrease for any healing received for 4 turns. The more I read about her special, the more I'm intrigued. Damage to all, lowers max health, and takes a cue from the summer heroes and decreases healing. Throw on a mana troop and then sign me up. We'll follow up Fura with the amazingly named Shade Reeve. A red hero, Shade is from the Helheim realm, meaning when he dies, he deals extra damage to all enemies. As a fighter, he can always come back and deal a little more damage once emblemed up with the potential to revive. His attack feels low at 590, and his defense isn't much better at 631, but he makes up for it with a massive 1349 hit points. Shade Reeve is a slow hero, which, let's face it, is the worst. His special skill is Eternal Servitude, like me paying off my Small Giant Games credit card bills. Luckily with his slow speed comes some great tricks, as all allies get plus 30% attack for 4 turns, and plus 30% critical chance for 4 turns. But wait, there's more. All allies also receive a Druid Blessing. If a blessed hero dies in the next 4 turns, it will be reborn as a Drurg with 70% inherited health, 500 attack, and 500 defense, and a special skill called Eternal Loyalty, whatever the heck that means. It's a bit of Kirill meets Marie Therese. At slow speed, I'm not sure I'd really use Shade Reeve much, but he does seem like he'd be a fun hero to experiment with. Now let's take a look at Almer, the green elven badass. He's another hero from the good old Svartalheim realm, which, if you remember from Fura, means that when he has low health, all enemies receive poison damage. This effect cannot be dispelled. I see an expanding sorcerer class in his Jinx ability. Jinx, in case you forgot, is the ability to deal an extra 15% damage per active buff enemies have. It's pretty sweet. He seems to be a balanced hero at 662 attack, 643 defense, and 1253 hit points. As always, I'm a fan of a hero with fast mana speed. His Shadow Sweep skill deals 120% damage to the target and nearby enemies. It also reduces health from the target nearby enemies by 75, which seems to be a nifty Svartalheim realm trait. As always, max health can't get lower than 30% of the original max health. Taking a page from Eve, the target and nearby enemies get negative 54% defense against nature for 4 turns. At fast speed, this elven beefcake should do well against titans for cheap and free-to-play players. Shoot, it looks like he'll be great for all players. Me wanty. We follow a fast speed hero with another slow sucker. Gillenbursty is a yellow Asgardian druid. As a druid, he has a chance to draw a thorn minion, but as an Asgardian, all allies gain extra mana when he dies. Since it's after he dies, that doesn't exactly help his slow speed though, does it? His attack and defense stats are not impressive, both coming in at 603, but he does have a tank-like 1387 hit points. His special skill, Angry Boar, boosts the health of all allies by 400. If health exceeds a hero's max hit points, it adds as temporary hit points. Are we seeing a trend here? Heimdall is also, of course, Asgardian. Additionally, the caster gets plus 45% attack and a further 20% increase every time they or any of their allies are hit during 3 times. When the effect ends, the caster automatically deals 165% damage on all enemies. Meanwhile, each hit on the caster or allies during the duration increases the damage by 10% to a maximum of 288% damage. So, he has low stats, he's slow, but if he goes off, he's a bit of a beast. Our final new 4-star hero is this handsome devil. Jot, if you haven't guessed, is a blue or ice elemental, and he comes from the realm of Jotunheim. What's so special about a hero from the Jotunheim realm, you ask? Well, when a member of this realm croaks, all allies get an ice giant minion with 6, 10, or 14% hit points, and 10, 12, or 16% attack, depending on how many of the Jotunheim crew you're tagging along with. A barbarian class, he can cause bleed damage when emblemed, but you already knew that. Jot's attack is a whopping 716. That, however, is countered by a very grim-like 603 defense and hit points of 1117. Another slow mana hero, his special is called the Ice Boom and deals 200% damage to all enemies. Additionally, all ice shields on the board become enhanced. Enhanced shields have a plus 64 attack when cast from the attacker side, and negative 75% attack when cast from the defender side. I take this to mean that if you ever raid against Jot and he sets off his Ice Boom, the tiles will lose 57% of their strength. This has great implications for when attacking Red Titans with the blue stack team. Because of the slow speed, I'm not sure how much use I'd get out of Jot in wars and raids, but with a few minor mana potions at the right time, could certainly come in handy against those titans. I'm Tottenham FC USA, and thanks for watching. If you found what you saw helpful, please like, subscribe, and subscribe.